It begin with with an image that should trouble every democracy-loving citizen. A doctoral student handcuffed by masked agents on a public street, hauled across state lines without explanation, deprived of medication, legal counsel, or sunlight, and incarcerated for 45 days, 6 weeks. Her name is Rumiasa Osurk. Her crime, writing an article in a student newspaper, and about a year ago, I think. And she's a Turkish doctoral candidate at Tufts University, specialising in child development, and a former Fulbright scholar, precisely the kind of individual the United States once proudly invited to enrich its campuses. In March, she was arrested by ICE agents masked and in plain clothes following a Ramadan celebration in Massachusetts. She was secretly transferred across multiple states before being confined in a Louisiana detention center where her asthma, already a chronic concern, sharply deteriorated. She was never charged with a crime. The only justification for the arrest was this article that she had co-authored, the op-ed, an act of expression protected by the First Amendment. This wasn't a simple immigration dispute. A federal judge ruled her arrest raised very substantial constitutional concerns, not just due to process violations, but a fundamental assault on free speech. And it's ironic that it's the same United States which now questions the free speech in other parts of the world, in the UK, for example. The administration's accusation that Ms. Osurk supported a terrorist group was unsupported by any evidence, no statements, no associations, no advocacy of violence. It's hard to escape the conclusion that her arrest was therefore about racial profiling, a political stunt designed to intimidate and silence, timed perfectly with Trump's renewed attacks on elite universities and the crackdown on pro-Palestinian speech. Rumiasa's case parallels the administration's broader campaign against institutions like Harvard, with the message loud and clear: foreign students are here on sufferance and dissent will be punished. What this case has revealed is something far more dangerous than one rogue arrest. It underscores a growing vulnerability of international students, particularly women and Muslims, who are not only hyper-documented but hyper-visible. They're easy targets. They can be detained, deported, and digitally disappear under the banner of national security, even in the absence of any criminal act. The same is true in other countries. I remember calling this out directly to Theresa May back in the early part of this century when she was Home Secretary, and equally targeting foreign students because they are so easily documented and so accessible and so easily deported because they're likely to come back. This is a game, but a game that costs these students a great deal of money in terms of enlisting legal support and in terms of completing the degree that they signed up for in the first place. And the signal that's sent to the world that the United States is no longer a safe haven for intellectual inquiry, that criticism, particularly criticism of a foreign policy, that now places a bullseye on your visa, and and I think where America leads the way, other states will follow, other countries will follow. Let's be honest, this wasn't about silencing one student, it was about sending a message. And the message was received in Harvard and Tufts and Columbia, far beyond, as universities are told to police speech under the guise of combating anti-Semitism. Legitimate protest and political discourse are chilled. Students begin to self-censor, academics begin to withdraw from controversial subjects, and the First Amendment in America becomes a museum piece, not a lived reality. Rumiasa Osurk is free for now, but she should never have been detained. Her story is a constitutional parable, a reminder that liberty, once taken for granted, must now be actively defended. If a Fulbright scholar in Boston can be shackled and exiled to a Louisiana detention center for writing an article, then no campus is immune. No student is safe, and no democracy worthy of the name should tolerate such calculated cruelty. It's time to protect academic freedom not just in words, not just in the United States, but all over the place, and in action, and to ensure that the pursuit of truth, however uncomfortable, is never again met with a prison cell.